Hey there, this is Dave Gardner from MagneticSponsors.com. Hoping you're having a wonderful day, enjoying relatively a cool summer afternoon. It is August 15th, 2014. I'm actually wearing a fleece because it's a little cool and windy. It's maybe upper 60s, low 70s, and we've had a hot summer. But anyways, we want to kind of keep it hotter, actually. In more ways than one, not about the weather as well, but also building your business. Now, I have been with the Empower Network for a while now, and they just recently released a DVD called Fight the Forces of Evil. It is about 55 minutes. I have copies waiting to ship to you right now that will give you some background information about the Empower Network if you're not really sure about them, and some of the ways and directions that they're heading. Now, the most recent thing that just came out was called the Top Producer Formula, and it is a series of about, I think it's about 12 or 13 modules so far, and I've gone through the first two, which is about an hour and a half already of pure great content, and it's going back and forth between a private seminar that Dave Wood put on and some of the things that he's doing not only at the live event, but he was also doing it kind of close quarters, more in front of a whiteboard to really go in. And the first two messages were pretty interesting that I took away, and I welcome you to come check them out. But just some of the things that I pulled away from them so far, and some of the things I'm really excited about with the Top Producer Formula. In the first video, it was about sponsoring, and one of the real things that a lot of people struggle with, and I'm afraid to admit, and I apologize for any background noise there. You might hear some cars and see some cars flying by there. But one of the big things that people seem to struggle with is they always want to search for a leader and think that they're going to find some superstar. And in reality, you probably don't. But if you just bring people in, the law of averages is pretty much going to state that eventually it's going to happen. That some people that you don't really know are going to be great producers are the ones that really end up just blowing you out of the water. And as long as you have that right and correct belief system in place, that you have deep inside of you the thought process that people are going to be successful, versus them thinking that they'll never make a sale, but if they want to do it, whatever, we'll let them do it. Once you switch and change that mindset, which was some of the big key categories in the second module, then things really start to get better for you. And one of the things that Dave Wood went on to, it was a great little analogy, was the idea, and story or metaphor was the idea of bamboo. Maybe taking a long time to grow a root system and going really, really deep, but then all of a sudden, once it starts and takes off, it's growing many inches or many feet per day, and 60, 100 feet per year. And some of you might be in that same spot, or maybe you specifically, some people that or some people on your team, people that you've been working with, might be in that spot where you're working and you're working and working, but you're not really showing much growth, and you're contemplating maybe quitting. Now's not the time. You got to keep pushing forward, because you're ready to make that breakthrough at any moment. If you think about some of the most amazing people that are out there that have done things and have been superstars, not only in the marketing field, but just general science in general, or science and technology in general. One that comes to mind that was mentioned in the video as well, of course, Thomas Edison, failing thousands and thousands of times. You think about superstar athletes, missing shots, striking out, but still becoming successful because they keep doing it. So the question is, are you ready to take your work to that next level, take those next steps, and keep doing it? I'm willing and ready to work with you. I'd be glad to lend a hand. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, shoot me an email, respond to this. If you want to get in touch with the producer formula, we are having a webinar on August 23rd, depending on how depending on when and where you see this. It's going to be about a 6-hour live event. You can also purchase the recordings. The live event itself is $7. Yes, that's just the number 7. Okay, really, really inexpensive. Anyone can afford it. And it's about 6 hours long. The recordings and some workbooks, some other things, and the audio will actually be available as well. That's about $27. And then there's some upsells from that if you're interested. So I would highly suggest you go check that out. You can go to thedavidgardner.com/top-producer. Again, that is thedavidgardner.com/top-producer to find out more about that today. I look forward to hearing your experiences and to follow your growth into the future.